Hello and welcome back. This is Danny Code, and in this Mashinky's signal tutorial we're going to do a little summary and do a little review of what we already covered, but we're going to put it all together. So the first thing we need to do, we're going to do this from scratch, and the first thing we need to do is connect up two cities, and then that'll be our main rail line, and then in a modular type of way what we're going to do is we're going to add to it. So I think the first two cities that we're going to connect up, what do we got? Colorado Springs and Long Beach. Yeah, I think that'll work. So Colorado Springs and Long Beach. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook those two cities up with some stations and some rail between the two. And on the outset, what we're going to do is we're going to double track everything. And I think on this side here will work well. That and that. Yep, okay. So coming out of these cities, we're going to lay a little track here. And we're going to put in some diamond crossings coming straight out. And to do that, what we want to do is we want to start one block out, or one square out, away from the platform, just to give us a little space, and cross over to the other line. Then you want to do the same thing on the opposite side, and cross over to the opposite side, the opposite line on the other side. Just like that. Perfect. And that is a diamond crossing, or the start of one. It doesn't have the signals yet. And so about 4 or 5 here. About 5, and do the same thing, put in 2 crossovers just like that. Okay, so as far as the signals, what we're going to do is we're going to put a signal, chain signal, in right before the traffic coming in, and it's a right hand drive, so the right hand, this is on the right hand side, is going in to the crossing. So we're going to put a chain signal here, make it a one-way, and then we're going to add 2 additional chain signals here and here, also make those one-way like so, and then the rest of the signals in the diamond crossing are block signals. And there's 3, 4, 5, and we need to make all these one directional like so, and that is right there a diamond crossing, which consists of 3 chain signals and 5 block signals in that exact pattern. Okay, so let's do the same thing over here in Long Beach, and again, so there's a chain signal coming into the station, or into the, well, it is into the station, but before the station we have the diamond crossing. So coming into the crossing, we want a chain signal in that direction, and then again 2 chain signals here in the middle on the same side, and then the rest are block signals. Make those one directional as well. It can be kind of finicky. Zoom in a little bit so we can actually, that's the one. Okay, and there you go. So the only thing left to do is connect these 2 cities up with some rail line, and then stick in a depot and start some trains are running. Alright, so I'm gonna fast forward through me putting this in because it can be a little weird sometimes. Okay, so fairly straightforward there. So I'm going to go over the auto signal placement tool, and basically, so you see this, there's a little 5 here, a little number 5. So what that means is it's going to place a signal, 4 spaces, signal, 4 spaces, etc. and that's going to put it for the whole line that you're hovering over. So if you hover over this line, you can see every place where it's yellow is where it's going to put a signal, and that seems fine. And you want to kind of zoom in and pick what direction you want them in. And since this is a right hand side, it's going to be going from left to right on the bottom. So there you go. So you pick the appropriate direction, and again we want to do that on the top as well. Let's zoom out and look, see how they're actually being placed. It looks good to me. And again, zoom in and pick the right side for the direction, and there you go. And that looks great, right? So evenly spaced out, and that'll work well. So you basically want this spaced out as long as your longest train. All right, so let's put a depot on the track here. And I think we're gonna nudge it right in. You're gonna do a little nudge it right here. Kind of put it in there like so, and I think that'll work. It's a little out of the way, and yeah, sure. Alright, so let's put some signals on that just to be efficient. So traffic will be going that way. Coming into the depot, it'll be going that way. And in the middle, you want to put one right here as well. Going the right way. There we go. Alright. And since that is kind of, I want to respace that as well. Sorry, I'm being a little finicky here, but these are too close together. So maybe stick just reposition that to I don't know. I'm ambiguous about either one of those, I think. There, whatever. It's fine. Might not even need it at all, but that's good. Okay. So we got our depot, so let's stick some engines on here. Trains. Gonna just do passenger for this tutorial. I'm not gonna worry about goals or whatever. Right now we're just concentrating on getting this rail line up and running and having some fun. And I'm gonna give it some specific orders going from Colorado Springs here. Oops, try that again. Colorado Springs down to Long Beach. Try that again. Long Beach. There we go. Wait. No, that is incorrect. Okay. Weird stuff. So let's try that again. Coming from Long Beach. Let's come from Long Beach. Go to Colorado Springs. There we go. And then let's go ahead and duplicate this a few times. Perfect. Close that. Close that. Start the trains on their way. And close those windows as well. Alright, I think we're ready to roll here. Except for one thing, I do want to put in, do we have a place for it? Kinda. I do want to make sure that I have enough passenger traffic, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a extension here called the waiting room, and there we go. Because if you look at it, you have the default catchment here only has 2 tiles out from each of the platforms, so that's only catching this house, and these down the line here. I want to catch a little bit more of that to make sure that we're making actual money. So that'll catch most of them. That'll actually catch most of them. And the forest, no, I don't think the waiting room really does anything to the forest, so we'll just kind of put this up here. So that works. Okay, and we want to do the same thing over here in Long Beach. There we go, and do this, extensions, waiting room, and it's kind of, is that good? Is that better? I don't know, this side maybe? Can't even put it there? Can't even put it there. So, I think we're right. Oops. think right there, I think right there will be fine. Okay, good enough. All right, let's start this baby rolling. All right, and this will be a good opportunity to show how the actual diamond crossing works. So I'll explain it first. So what happens is traffic is coming in to the diamond crossing, and if this platform, say this bottom platform, is full, and it's busy with a train, it'll automatically route the train to the upper platform, and vice versa. So if the incoming traffic sees that the upper platform is busy, it'll route it down to the bottom platform. So let's see that work. Okay, first one decided to go onto the top, so that means the next one will decide to go on the bottom, or will be routed to the bottom. And here we go. And you can actually see too that the two middle signals here are red, so it won't go that way. There you go. Speed this up a little bit. So now, if you look, everything is busy. So we have something on the top platform, something on the bottom platform. So this train is going to have to wait here until the first available platform. So that is going to be the top platform. So once this top train here passes this exit signal, then this train will be free to go up and into that top platform. And there we go. And exiting traffic. So exiting traffic, if it's exiting from this platform, will cross over when it has a chance to, when it's free to, will cross over to the one outbound lane. And that's working perfectly. Okay, so time to expand. All right, so what do we do to expand? So we have these two, they're working, these two towns connected, they're working pretty well between them. We got some passenger traffic between them, we're making a little bit of money. But we want to expand, we want to add another city, and we want that city to have access to everything on that rail line. So that's easy peasy. So what we want to do is we're going to hook up Kansas City here, right? And we're going to hook it up to a T junction right in this area here. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to pause it, because when we're doing this, when we're hooking up a T junction to an existing rail, let's get that guy out of the way. When we're hooking up a T junction to an existing rail, it disrupts the traffic on there. So I like to pause it and then do this, and then start my T signal here. Another thing is these signals here are going to need to be taken out. I think we can just get away with taking these two out, because we're going to put the T signal here. They'll basically be put in because there'll be a ton of signals in the T signal itself. So it'll be effectively put back in. So what we want to do, we want to put a T signal kind of in here, and we want to count out from the track 1, 2, and then put 3 bits of track there, and right next to it put 3 bits of track there. So being a right-hand drive, this track on the right-hand side is going to be the inbound going into our main track here. This one on the left-hand side is going to be outbound, going to whatever's outbound. So whatever other town it's going to. In this case, it's going to be Kansas City. So with that in mind, so the inbound. So let's go ahead and start building that track. So inbound, if it wants to go to, if it wants to go to Long Beach on the east here, then that's the route it'll take. If it wants to go to, I forget what the other city is here. If it wants to go to Colorado Springs, yeah, that's it, Colorado Springs, it's going to hop over this track and go this way. Okay, so, and the same thing, so exiting traffic, or traffic going south, if it's coming from Long Beach, it's going to take this route. If it's coming from Colorado Springs, it's going to take that route. Okay, so we have traffic coming up, going west, traffic coming up, going east, traffic coming from the east, going south, traffic coming from the west, going south here. Okay, all right, so we're going to use both types of signals in here. We're going to use both chain signals and block signals. And the chain signals, you know where to place those when they're going to be placed exactly like they're placed in the diamond crossing. So any traffic coming in, so going into the crossing is where you're going to put the chain signals. So traffic is coming into the crossing this way, right, from the south. It's coming in to the crossing here from the east. It's coming in to the crossing here from the west. And again, we want to make these one way, one way, one way. It looks like this is a redundant signal here, so we're going to delete that. And it looks like this one's also redundant signal, so we're going to delete that as well. And there we go. Because this signal is doing the job of that other signal, and the same thing up here. Okay, so that's the chain signals, and every other crossing is going to get a block signal going in the proper direction. I actually want to move that to here instead. I like it to be as close to the junction as possible, if that makes any sense. I keep trying to change the I keep trying to change the direction of this, and I keep on putting the wrong signal in, but that's all right. Okay, so, and here, change the direction of that. Here, that's going into that same crossing there. This is coming this way. That coming this way like that. This traffic is coming down this way, like so. And this traffic is coming this way, like so. Okay, so let's look and see. I want to put this exit signal a little bit further over here, so we're going to put this here, because if the exit signal is too far away and there's a train here, it'll make it less efficient, and it'll have to wait until, like, so a lot of the crossing traffic will have to wait until the train that's using the signal passes that signal. So what we're going to do is just kind of get rid of that, and that should be fine. That should be better. Again, this is the exit signal, and that's okay. It could be maybe here, but one off is fine. It's fine. Again, we need an exit signal here, just to make sure that any traffic in the crossing here or in the junction here doesn't get held up from trains going south, and if a signal is too far off there. Okay, and that's that. So now I'm going to fast forward it, because I'm going to put a station here in Kansas City. I'm going to make a diamond crossing also in Kansas City, and then connect up into this T-junction. Be right back. Okay, we're back, and we are going to add some trains here, and we're going to make use of our new route. So we're going to add 4 more. We're going to add 2 going from Long Beach into Kansas City, and 2 going from Colorado Springs also into Kansas City. So that should even pretty much everything out, and get us quite a bit of traffic on our railway. So that'll test out our new T junction and our new diamond crossings as well. Okay, so we want to go from Colorado Springs to Kansas City. Yeah, and we want to add 2 coaches, passenger trains there, and we're going to duplicate that once. Yes. And we'll send those on their way. Send them on the way. They're off. Okay, so now from Long Beach to Kansas City, so we're going to do the same exact thing. So we want from Long Beach to, oh no, it's all right, to Kansas City, and we want to, I'm gonna have to get that one back to the depot. Sorry, so while we're waiting for that one to go back to the depot, we will get another one going here, Porter, and 2 coaches, and we're going to give that one the orders to go from, let's try to do it correctly here. Station 2, Station 3, it's fine. Yeah. Make sure we have the whatchamacallits. Yep. Start that guy. Alright, so let's wait for our other one to get back to the station. It might take a second. There he is. Okay, so put on the coaches there and send him on his way. Okay, everybody's on their merry way. And it's looking good. So let's take a look at our T-junction here. Looking good so far. Nothing going south, but that should change. Kind of busy over here. That's okay. Everything's being handled correctly. Good. Here's one going south. Perfect. And another one going south. Perfect. Diamond crossing is working correctly. Yes. Yes. Yep. Okay, we got three trains down here in Kansas City. Starting to go back up. That one's going west over to Colorado Springs. This one is going west as well to Colorado Springs, so that means the next one should be going east to Long Beach. And there he goes. Very nice. So there you go. And I'm going to add one more. Again, I'm going to fast forward, and we're going to add some trains, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So what I did was I connected up Louisville here, down in the south, to Kansas City via a double diamond surrounding the Kansas City station here. So we have 2 diamond crossings on either side. So what that effectively does is any traffic coming from the south can come and use the station, or it can actually pass through, going to its final destination through that station. So it can actually, if there was traffic coming from Louisville going to Long Beach, it can. Easy enough. So again, this is super modular. You connect up anything and it will effectively connect that thing, either be a city or a resource, what have you. When you connect it to the railway system, it connects it to all other points on the railway system. And there you have it. So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you found it interesting, or you can use this sort of system in your own games. I use it all the time. It is super effective. It's crazy effective, actually, and it really works well. I can't stress that enough. And if you guys have any other ideas, if you have any ideas how to make this better, or if you think I'm making a mistake, or you think I can improve this in some way, please leave a comment down below. If you like this video, and if you found something interesting about it, or you can use this in your own games, give it a thumbs up. And for more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. This is Danny Code. Have a good one. Bye for now.